quality of sound.
Just like loudness, if something is loud, you know how loud, two different sounds. So suppose, for example, you're beating a drum and you are playing a guitar, right? Now the loudness is the same in both the cases. Even the frequency is the same. There's one wave in 1 second, manlo, right? But still, how am I able to understand the difference between a drum beat and a guitar? There must be something. Amplitude is same, pitch is the same. Then how am I still able to figure out?
Wavelength.
It is
The wavelength.
the wavelength is also the same. So it's the timbre, the quality, the material, the things which it is made out of. So the timbre is, whether it's a string instrument or it's a stretched membrane instrument, that is what is making the difference. So that quality that you're able to understand, the sound quality, that is coming from the timbre. Clear what is timbre, right? So no matter, even if this was a drum and this guitar, they have the same frequency, still they have the same frequency and wavelength and the amplitude, still they sound different to us because the sound quality is different for the kind of material it is being made of. One is a string instrument, another is a membrane instrument. I hope it's clear now. Clear, right? Okay. Then comes certain sounds which are not in the range. Okay, so you know about elephants, right? And the bats. Elephants and bats. Are they able to hear something else that we aren't able to?
Yeah, ultrasound.
Okay, so there are two kinds of sounds. Infra and ultra. Sound में इसको बोलेंगे infrasonic and ultrasonic. Okay, now this ultrasound is even used in hospitals, right? What is it used for in hospitals? What is it used for in hospitals?
We like to check something inside the body.
To check something inside the body. Are we able to hear that sound when they're checking?
No.
No. So ultrasonic, you told me the range is 20 to 20,000 hertz, right? That's what you told me. What if the sound is beyond this? This side below 20 hertz is infrasonic. And this side, which is more than 20,000 hertz, that's ultrasonic. Okay, so sounds which are higher than 20,000 hertz. Now, like we discussed, these ultrasonic sounds have, of course, many animals are producing these sounds, which we are not able to hear. So there's a movie, I don't know if you've seen that movie, that's Mr. Peabody. Okay, I always take this example. You know what is the story of Mr. Peabody? You know what is the story? Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Huh?
he's a dog now.
It is a dog. Unmute yourself, and I can't hear you.
He's a dog, right?
It's a dog, yeah. And what's the story?
He's a scientist.
A very nerdy, very intellectual dog. And that dog is, so generally we adopt a dog, right? So that this dog fights and there's a case and he files a case and he wants to adopt a child. He says that I am so intellectual that I will be able to handle a child. So he wins it. Okay, so finally he adopts a human. So dog adopts a human and the dog is very, very intellectual. Okay, in that movie, I don't know if you've seen it. This, because he is Trisha, you've seen it, right? So in that movie, this dog gives a whistle to the child. All right, and there's one scene where the child blows the whistle and he's like, what is this? It just doesn't work. Because he is not able to hear anything, but that sound reaches the dog and the dog's ears are like, oh my god, what it is, and then it just, and he just runs and comes to. So this boy, that was for his protection, for the boy's protection. So what exactly was this whistle about?
Ultrasound, so the
It
dog
was
can
an
hear.
ultrasound so that none of the humans could hear it. It was the dog who was able to hear, and he runs and he comes for the rescue. All right, that's how it was. So this movie used this concept of science. So I hope this part is clear what are ultrasonic. So ultrasonic, of course this was a movie, but there are dog whistles like these. All right, there are many other features, many other important properties of ultrasound which can be used. Now it's also used in cleaning. Okay, now what cleaning? Ultrasounds are used in cleaning purpose. Okay, what cleaning? So I'll send one video to you. Do watch that video today. In cleaning, what they do, suppose I have a mobile, right? My mobile. I want to clean the inner chip of that mobile, okay? Because there's dirt there. Can I wash it? Can I use any liquid detergent or any liquid, anything on this? I can't. If I use it, then what will happen? It'll stop working, right? So for such sensitive areas, what we use is ultrasound. Ultrasound makes the thing vibrate so much because it is creating a very high frequency, vibrates so much that all the dirt particles are spread out. I'll share one video. Do watch it, how it works, okay? Another important is something here. I'll share a picture with you. This is something that you'll get a numerical upon, okay? Second usage, this, okay? Now, I want to see how much is the distance between the ship and the seabed, okay? I want to figure out that distance. So in the ship, there is a transmitter, and there is a receiver, okay? Transmitter and receiver. The transmitter is going to transmit ultrasonic sounds. So the sound is going to go and reach. So it will keep on moving till the time there is something in front of it, right? So then it goes and touches here at the seabed. And because sounds get reflected, which we have seen before, after reaching this point, they are going to return back, okay? And this whole process will take place like in certain time. So going and coming back, the receiver is going to receive that sound. Understood this much? Okay. So there must be certain time taken for this, some time taken, right? Time will be taken by this for this activity. How much distance is covered in that time? If suppose this side is this side is D distance, this side will also be D. So in all, there is 2D distance which has been covered, right?
Yeah.
And the speed will be known to us because we are sending it, okay? So if I have the time and I have the speed known, can I figure out the distance? Right? So 2D distance will be time taken or multiplied by speed into time, right? Now that is 2D distance. So if I just want to figure out how much is this distance only from here to here to here, then what do? I need to divide it by 2, just the D. So I'll have to, whatever the answer here, I'll have to divide by 2, right? Either I divide it by 2 here or I half the time. I do the time half. It's the same thing. Sometimes you do half the time, sometimes you figure out the answer and then divide by 2. Whatever suits you, you can do that. So speed into time upon 2. Okay. Either you half the time before only, or you take the full time and then you divide by 2 in the find out 2D and then you figure out what is the D. Clear? Whatever you find easy. So do a question. So speed of the sound is 1400 meters per second, 1400 meters per second. And the time taken to travel is 0.1. So full time taken is 0.1 seconds. 1400 speed is 1400 meters per second and time taken is 0.1 meters per second. Calculate the D. It will be
70 meters.
70 meters, because when you did this, you got 2D, which was, you're supposed to find out 2D. So you had 2D is equal to 1400 into 0.1, correct? That is how much? 140 meters.
Upon 2.
So D would be 140 upon 2 meters, which is 70. Either you do it like this or you divide by time, whatever you find easy, that you will do. Okay. So the final answer is 70 meters. Got it? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Another application. Is this. This is called metal testing. Okay. So if you see, you're trying to test a metal. There is a flaw in that metal here. If you can see this point, there's a gap there. Can you see there's a gap here, right? And you want to test this metal. So what happens is, from the oscilloscope, ultrasound is again yahan se transmit hua. It is transmitted. So here it is going to go, क्योंकि वहां पर तो कोई metal से टकरा नहीं रहा, right? But यहाँ से वापस आने में, the ones which are absolutely जो sent है, right? वहां से तो easily reflect होकर के आ जाएगा, and reflected from the end would be like this, but जो flow होगा ना, वो वहीं से लौट जाएगा. So the pulse which is being created at the flaw is very small, क्योंकि उसको लगेगा end वही है. Got it? Got it? So that's how you find out what this is called metal testing. So ultrasonic ultrasounds are also used for metal testing. Clear? Another thing that you do is, like you said, pregnant ladies, they get their womb scanned. Okay, so what happens in that? Yeah, you can see there's a scanning going on for this lady here, and the sound is transmitted from the point which you see here. Here, there's this instrument here which is on the womb, and the sounds are being sent out from this. Okay, so wherever there is empty space, what will happen? The sound will go and return back. Wherever there is a baby, in the shape of the baby, the whole at that time it'll return back in such a way that it'll create a shape of the baby, right? And you can detect if there is any kind of problem, any deformity, which the size and everything you can check based on what is the norm. Okay, and based on that you check, and you can get to see whether the development of the baby is perfect or not. Okay, so ultrasound is done to check this. And this is the last topic in sound, which now next week we will start with light. All right, clear hai sound? Anything in this that you've not understood?